Yo, what is up, chat? Good to see you. Welcome. I'm just gonna throw that background. Let's for this back. What up, chat? What up, Joda? How you doing, bro? Welcome. Today we have potentially some exciting news coming. Now, originally I wasn't excited for this. This is gonna be Dragonwilds, aka Mod Doom. Good morning, Kyle. How are you, brother? Mod Doom is going live to answer some questions, to you know, kind of apparently show us some stuff. Now, I'm doing great, thank you, Joda. A little bit better, still a bit of a cold, but you know, I'll man up. I'll get over it. But I appreciate you though. So originally I wasn't excited for this because if you know anything about Mod Doom says a lot of words without actually saying anything. No disrespect to Mod Doom, but it's true. All right, if you've seen any of his interviews, he's very good at talking without giving answer. So I didn't have high hopes for this. However, Runescape Dragonwilds have just put a tweet out just now, literally like 10 minutes ago, saying about they're going live, and we can tune in for some insights, updates, and a few goodies. So this could be better than what I was expecting. So they're starting in about 15 minutes, and they are going to be answering some questions from us peasants, you know, and I'm here for it. So I currently have 3 questions that I would like answered. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to add them to the list and I will try and get them answered. Of course, you can answer them, you can ask them yourself. I have no special treatment here at all. I just understand that some people don't want to be in live chat, so I'll take the bait. So my current questions are: can our current worlds be changed into dedicated server worlds, or will it require a fresh world? Okay, that's my first question. My second question is, will dedicated servers come with custom world settings such as XP rates? Usually they do. Let's not start buffering. Get yourself together, internet. I need you right now. And my final question I have is, will XP that exceeds level 50 be reset? We hope so, but we shall find out. If you like tea, black tea, honey, cloves, and ginger, and black peppercorn, if you have a reusable tea pod, use it with the above. It will help. Thank you very much, Kyle. I'm not a big tea drinker, but I will if it means me getting better. So, recover in about 3 hours. God damn, I need it. I'll look into it. Thank you, Kyle. I'm just drinking coffee right now and trying to survive. I'm sorry if you're getting buffering right now. It should clear itself up in a minute. My internet is going to be the first thing going very soon. I need to sort this internet out. I pay too much and apparently get these great speeds, and I've done nothing but buffer for the last week. Before that, I was fine. They've done something in the last week. They've cooked my internet. It's over. Like a type of prestige. Good to see you, Codex. What do you mean by prestige? Sorry. I just mean reset as in level 50 locks us, but I have 1 million XP in attack. So if it's not going to reset, then surely once that cap is lifted, I'm going to be level 70 plus, which I don't want. I want to be level 50. So, you know, and there's a chance that we don't get our levels uncapped for a very long time. So where are we going to be at? Are we going to potentially hit the right XP, say 13 million XP for 99? If that is the XP rates we're working with here, they take the cap off and we hit 99 straight away. If that's the case, the game's cooked. So we need a reset. I'm really hoping that good to see you, Jones. I'm really hoping that the updates don't roll content out too slowly. I don't think that would be the case, but being drip fed content will harm the game long term. I 100% agree. Right now, we are not going to get any content until the end of this month, which is the 0.8 update, which should bring magic, that sort of thing. That's our next content update. but realistically, they need to be on at least... being generous, I would say 2 months. They might be throttling you. A lot of companies do that after X amount of data is being used. Yeah, I never had the problem before, though. So I don't know if, like, you know, I've had this internet now for probably a year. Over a year now. I've never had the problem. It just seems to be in the last week, 2 weeks. It's just gone to shit. So, you know, and I meant to get 1,000 down and 1,000 up. I do not. My internet is ass. And I've never had a problem with my internet. And the download is still great. The upload is awful now. So, direct line coming soon. I've got to. I have no choice. But yeah, screw them. They're done. Get them out. Get them out the house. I paid too much damn money for that. Internet is expensive as hell here. Okay, so yeah, we are about 9 minutes away. And I'm going to try to think up some more questions. What does your speed test show? My speed test shows that I get, on average, about 400 up. And then about, like, 800 down. Which I meant to, you know, you're never going to get the max. I'm not going to get 1,000 down, 1,000 up. Just not going to get that. But that's what I pay for. So my upload, it should be more than enough. I have to limit my quality on stream or I just buffer like crazy. So I felt that I pay for good internet but still get trash. Yeah. So basically, if you're not on a direct line, like, you know, I don't know how it works in the US or whatever, but here, you need a direct line. If you do not have a direct line, so it's your own internet line, just forget it. Just don't even bother with good speed. Good speeds mean nothing. Which I didn't do because it wasn't available in my area at the time, but that was a year ago now, so I could most likely get a big upgrade on the speed now. Do you use a VPN on that or anything? Nothing. No. So I don't know if it's maybe their routers are dying out or what, but I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem with internet. And now I get buffering when I'm not even playing a game or anything. Like, it's just, does my head in. So, yeah. I just need to see what ones are available in my area. I get my direct line fitted and I'll be happy. But we should be good. Should be good. But yeah, I hope you're all doing good. Starting a little bit earlier today, waiting for the stream. We're 7 minutes out. We're going to see Mod Doom himself playing the game, answering questions, insights, updates, and a few goodies. So I'm supposed to get 400 upload, but I get way less than that. Yeah, for sure. I, without doubt, right? I'm meant to get 1,000 up. It says I'm getting around 400. I reckon I'm getting less than 10. Straight up. I feel like I got scammed. But like I said, I haven't had a problem in the last year. When I moved into this house. I moved into this house last January. So a year and a half ago. Jesus, a year and a half I've been in this house already. And it's just awful. It's become so bad. So they're gone. I'm getting them out. Done with it. No more. No more. I'm done. So yeah, you know, I think I've probably got 6 months till I can actually get it out, but I'll see what I can do. UK internet's tough though. UK internet's so tough. Okay, how long are we off? 6 minutes. Keep hitting refresh here. Caztecx Wi-Fi. I mean, look, there's some great companies that... So it's only just become a thing in the UK within the last couple of years. To be able to get your own internet lines fitted. So, you know, but the problem is it's only available in certain areas. So every house had to apply to get them to go to their area, right? And I've done all that, been waiting again, and you know, we'll see what happens. Will they change building structure limits? Support requirements are a bit insane right now, makes it much more difficult to build larger bases? I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in any way. I just know I've had no problems for about a year and a half. Last 2 weeks, nothing but buffering. This stream should be double the quality. I should be able to run this at, not that I would, but I should be able to run this at about 50,000 bitrate. I run it at 10,000 bitrate. And I still get buffering. So, yeah. Awful. Awful. So it's time. It's time for a change. I just keep seeing the preview of my stream buffering and it irritates the crap out of me. Like, I'm not even doing anything right now. It's literally just, I haven't got a game booted up. I've got barely anything on my internet open. So, you know, it happens. Time to switch it up. Time to switch it up and get something fresh. I was thinking of questions to ask, not to you specifically, sorry for the lack of context. No, you're good. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant internet with that. I was totally confused by the question. I was like, I don't know their building structure limits. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna copy that question. Next big boxing event, Kaz versus the Wi-Fi company. I'll take their faces off like an angry pit bull. Will they change the building structure limits? Support requirements are a bit insane right now. Makes it much more difficult to build larger bases. Got you. I totally read that like the internet. I was like, what? What's their building structure limits? Like how many houses are where I live? That threw me right off. What up, Yeshuan? How you doing, bro? Doing good here. Doing good here. All right, we should be 3 minutes out. I don't know what that means, Codex. I'm a bot. 3 minutes out until we see mod. Oh, they're live. They're live. Okay. Okay. All right, so just a quick breakdown. What up, Benjamin? Good to see you. Just a quick breakdown of what's going to happen here. This is a Q&A. So JAGEX are going live, specifically Mod Doom, who is the like community manager for Dragonwilds. He may be even bigger than that. I'm not too sure, like lead, whatever. He's going to be live playing the game, answering questions, giving us insights and a few goodies according to their tweet. So this could be completely useless. I'm not going to say this is going to be groundbreaking information here. This could be terrible. Or we could get something, and we need something right now. This game's struggling. I'll be honest. It's even tough for me, and I'm a fanboy. So, you know, we're going to see what comes of this. Voice over IP? Yeah, I still don't know what you mean by that. Oh, like, this is streaming on Twitch. The evil platform. Oh, you mean like proximity chat? Can we guide him to buggy spots so we get stuck and fixes it? Maybe. We're gonna have to see what happens here. This, like I said, I don't know how they're gonna be answering these questions. I don't know if the questions are gonna be going through Discord or if they're just gonna read them from chat. If they're just reading them from chat, it's going to be tough to get anything answered because you imagine the amount of trolls that are going to be in this chat. If we need to, I will bring the chat open. Chat can be opened in full. Okay, we can bring the chat open. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense, right? Just leave it like this. Yeah, they are live over on the evil platform. But you know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't sharing it for you guys because I hate Twitch with a passion. I'm surprised I don't have 15 ads just to watch it. I'm quite surprised. They're obviously not affiliate yet. Big chat questions, they will only answer super chat questions most likely. Yeah, true. Or they're just gonna be, it's just gonna be spammed with. Oh wait, is this new music? This is new music, right?
I make that about 4 o'clock.
Jesus
and I'm
Christ!
Very loud, way too dank. Good morning, gamers. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, it's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. somewhere. You know what they say? Alrighty. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Happy time zone to you, people at home. Hello, I'm Modoom. Yes, I'm the guy who read Cathan's diary. Correct. Welcome on in, everyone. Oh my goodness, look at this. Welcome on in, Ellie. Welcome on in. Hi, welcome on in, Jeff. Welcome on in, Psychotic, Blast, Santo.
What up, BB?
Oh my goodness, there's so many people in here. Look at this. This is awesome. Right, okay. Welcome on into the RS Dragonwilds channel. Good morning, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. I'm going to jump right into game because I want to play some Dragonwilds with all of you. Hanging out. Let's hang out and chat.
Don't do that transition.
Let's just not waste any more time. Let's just get into it. Right?
That transition's awful. Delete it.
So, it's me. It's Grimple Bingus. No, let's work on. Let's pick an actual name. Let's get serious here. Let's create a new character. Let's call him Noob. Why not? All right. Let's get into this first, and then I can start to tell you a little bit more about what's coming in the next update. Facial hair, yeah, that looks pretty iconic to me. Hair color, eyebrows color, yep. I look pretty noobie, if you ask me. I've always thought that the noob had very dark eyes, so maybe that's just me. So this is gonna be
diving into the world that we're already in. But apparently we're going to get some information and some questions answered.
Zaros fan club? That sounds like
yeah, just him playing and talking about the new updates and new things to come, few goodies, that sort of thing.
Because I love our chosen commander. What a sweetie. Right. Needs a ponytail with a bald center spot. That sounds like me with the way my hairline's going. Anyway, welcome to Dragonwilds. How are we doing, folks? Let's get into it. What up?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. I think this will be about an hour.
Yeah, I figure it. I think I know what I'm doing. So, I'm so glad that everyone's been loving this game. Let's waste no time. Let's jump right into it. And while we're playing, I'm hoping that we can answer some questions and talk to you, the community, because you guys are the reason that we are here. How many times have I started this over? I don't want to say. I do not want to say how many times I've indulged in the first, 90 minutes of RuneScape Dragonwilds.
Okay.
In the past year, in its various forms and stages. Back in my day, there was a version of this game where Velgar would fly over you if you stood, here, and it was the biggest jump scare of my life. I was mortified when it happened for the first time, so I'm glad that we don't do that anymore, because it was a bit of a jump scare.
Dude's just farming stone.
What I want to do is I'm going to tab out, so the audio is going to cut out for a second, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about 0.8.
Don't do that transition.
That's coming in the next few weeks. I think it's by this time next month. You will have
this time next
0.8 in your hands. JAGEX Mickey says Mod Doom smells, and he's saying that because he's right behind me, and that's really rude, but it is what it is.
This time next month?
So, yes, you will be getting a little bit of an update. It's not going to be what we would consider a major update or an expansion, which is, of course, Fell Hollow. That's going to be coming during our early access development.
His audio is
so I'm looking forward to that. Mod North in our lovely live stream where we shadow dropped this. The last time we went live, we shadow dropped this game, which is a bit mortifying. We are looking to have everything on that roadmap done within the year. So that's ambitious.
Okay.
I'm going to build this here just real quick and do one of these. And I'm going to do one of these as well. And why not, as a treat? I'm going to give myself a Dragon Rain cape too, because fashion is crucial. Oh, look at that, your beauty. So let's let's have a look at some questions that are coming in. Firstly, it may well be the year by 2026, but it could well be within the next 12 months. I don't want to start saying, like, it's definitely happening by Christmas, because I appreciate that people like Mod Pointy are working so hard, and if I start saying it's definitely happening by this, they're going to be unhappy. So, for my sanity, I'm going to...
Jesus Christ, come on, get it together.
Our roadmap is looking like we can get everything set. Can you turn in-game audio down? I can. I can turn it down. There we go. How's that?
First question answered.
Should be a
We're cooking.
Listen, the audio team absolutely cooked with this game, so I always feel very self-conscious about turning it down. So I am delighted to tell you that the first thing that we've got coming is the beginning of the magic skill tree.
Okay.
So, as you know, magic currently is a skill in the game, and it's a combat style, but you can't level it up outside of XP tomes, which is fine. That was always in parity with completing Dragon Slayer and RuneScape. You got those XP tomes, so we've got a little bit of parity there. Oh, this looks like a spot for some optimal multi-hits. Look at that. Will the game be in 1.0 after the content is released? I don't want to say yes. It's a good question, but our ideal scenario would be that we keep adding to this for years to come. Once we reach what we would consider 1.0, we're not done. 1.0 is the base experience of the game is there. Then we just keep adding more regions, more whatever it might be. More of everything. There's nothing off the table. Obviously, farming is on the roadmap, and that's a skill. So that's a skill. That means skill spells. That means all of this stuff. So there's loads of stuff that we want to do. Stuff that's not on the roadmap yet. Some stuff that we haven't told you about yet. But
like what?
There's lots of stuff going our way. Jewelry could well be one. Oh, I'm going to grab the ash log. Thank you. That's lore. Let me just quickly. Sarah Doman, where are you? Real questions to ask, to be honest. Very true and valid. So our current plan is, let's have a look at, I'm going to allow that message because QuickWix is asking a very valid question and Nightbot thinks he's being mean. Not this time, he's not being mean. I'm sure if he was being mean, I'd call that out. So...
Well, give him some time to finish this answer. Like I said, he's very good at talking.
I would love to answer them all, but I've got to lock in. Chat, I've got to lock in for this. Let me focus. Will there be any capes similar to the alpha cape being released? Yes, so we're going to add more capes. That is definitely a thing that the team want to do because RuneScape is all about capes. It's all about Fashionscape. It's all about all the good stuff there. So we are absolutely open to adding more capes. It's a question of what we can add that fits the vibe.
I'm not going to lie, I've been disappointed once with one of his answers. I don't want to talk over him.
I have forwarded the feedback on around the Dragonbane cape to the team. I don't know how quick it is in terms of being a quick fix. If my head is like, if I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be such an easy fix, and then I just know that someone like Mod Pointy is going to turn around and be like, that's actually one of the most difficult things we could possibly do.
Like Bloom.
No promises. Cape Rack when? Cape Rack is something that the team have been working on. I think it's with the team, so we're going to be working on that.
Audio.
Look at this optimization. Chat, I'm min-maxing. I'm actually goated with the sauce right now. Are you kidding me?
Brother, you're 40. Relax.
So, cakes? Great question, KJ. There is at least one kind of cake at the moment. So, yes, shield and cape racks, because I know that PK's just mentioned that as well. Shields and cape racks are definitely
they haven't yet,
both things that I know that I've chatted to a few people on the team, including Mod Orion, about. So there is an appetite for us to do those. When they're going to be in, It may be soon, depending on how much time we have, but I don't want to make a commitment. My woodcutting skills don't impress you. Oh, don't worry. I've just unlocked actual projection, so they may improve in a moment. So let me tell you what we do have coming in 0.8. So we've got the magic skill tree. I'm going to be putting out a video next week. It's probably just going to be me filmed at my desk here in the studio, where I'm just going to jump in and sit down in front of camera in a style similar to other things like Satisfactory and Warframe. We're all big fans of those kind of things. And oh, my logs. It's fine. I'm okay. So our plan is to have the magic skill tree, yes, as Tubag has just mentioned, going up to 50, much like the others for now. So that gives us a little bit of room to add more as we progress into further regions and expand onwards. So it'll be going to 50, including a couple of skill spells, and I might be able to give you a sneak peek at one of those later today.
What do you mean
so
later
to
today?
See one of them in action.
Wait, we're going to see a new skill today?
If you already have level 50, that is a good question. If you already have level 50, how? But also, no, I appreciate that some people have been hoarding.
Just search RS Dragonwilds Twitch in Google.
All sorts of shenanigans. So we are looking at how we can factor that into what we do next. So the update is going to be within the next 4 weeks, Lynn.
Brother, you wrote a book.
Right, yes, of course. Okay. Right, you come here. Pop. So we're going to be
Brother, you need to
handling that.
One message at a time, bro. Jesus Christ.
So
you've asked for a guide on the game.
We don't really... I don't want to say that we've made a decision on this yet, because I think it's worth us having a bit of a conversation with folks around what we think best practice is. Do we want... I don't really want us to be committing to saying, yes, we're going to reset a bunch of people's progress.
You reckon? Because I think it's gone, brother.
Will just want to keep the progress they got, and so it's an inelegant... It's a bit of a difficult thing to reach a conclusion and consensus on with the folks. So do we plan on adding strength and defense skills? Now this is a good question, because it kind of...
Is that you, Jones?
It kind of falls under a bit of a wider conversation of things like fire making and fletching aren't in the game as well. And while they are quintessentially RuneScapey skills, it isn't necessarily something that we want to translate over, because you can already craft arrows, right? Like you can...
Yeah, which we shouldn't.
You can already make fires, so that we don't... I don't... You know, like things like farming, things like fishing... Absolutely, but there are a few skills that we've kind of all conflated together to make something a little bit more... Oh, hold up, let me just do the classic.
God, this is a family-friendly stream, dude. Jesus.
Everyone's favourite. I'm just going to collect a bunch of this, and we're just going to have a great time. And then I'm kind of hitting that, you know what I mean? All right, that's done. That is indeed... He's pulling his water up. Oh, I'm massively overburdened now.
Well, yeah, because all you've done is mine rocks.
Not even close to enough. All right. We're just going to have to slowly shimmy. Okay, so... but... We're going to need to just put the horns on again. The horns are on. The green screen is just cropping them out, which is mea culpa on that one. Get out of here. Away. But we've got lots of feathers, which is great news for me. Yoink. Because we are about to get flax. So, plans to rework the water collecting. I think it's a conversation around... I'm just going to put this...
Yeah, he's reading about one message in every...
Yeah. And then we can start to...
150,
Let's get
so...
the old classic out. Right. We're going to repatriate this little spot. Like... maybe here. Yeah, what do we think? This looks good, right? Oh,
Sure, but let's get to the question.
get in there.
Huh?
I can
My
hear a
question
goblin.
was,
That's never good. Right,
will
that looks
dedicated
good.
servers
And
come with
then
custom world
let's get
settings such
some-
as XP rate? That's the
yeah,
first
that's exactly
one.
where I wanted to put that. How did you know? Great, love that. Amazing.
I feel like he's never played the game before.
So, will there be more building types? Yes, we are hoping to add more of everything, quite really. To be honest, I think that more building tiers is something we'd love to do in the future, for sure. But also, just...
It's too big, Koala, I'll be honest with you.
That's kind of a bit...
It's like 3 questions, just split it into 3 different ones.
More of everything. Will new building types be paid content? No, it should be part of the updates that we're doing, and so maybe in the future there'll be like
yes,
DLC
Codex, good question.
Updates, like expansion packs, but for the moment, everything that we're adding to the game, we intend to make. Hello, sir. Can I help you? Bro thinks he works here. Get out of here. So. There we go. Let's get a door on here. That's how you know. Oh, and
oh, look at that bloom.
Edge. There we go. Got it. Right, done. So, how many surveys have you filled in and gone through them all? Any good ideas come from them? Our survey expert is currently taking a well-deserved break, but initial data was super positive. Really, really strong. We had a great time.
He just started work.
Collecting everyone's feedback, so thank you to everyone who contributed to those.
That looks better, Koala.
I need 4 stone. Of course, the moment I'm like, I'm going to get rid of all my
That looks
stone.
better, trust.
Great. Love that for me. In fact, I'm thinking, let me cook, chat. We're going to double up on these. So let's split these in half, and then you get half, and then you get 50 water, and you get 50 water. I am aware of some people encountering issues with controller. Controller is getting a full top to bottom overhaul.
Okay.
As part of ongoing work towards 0.9, which is coming later this year. So
0.9?
We are let's you know what? Let me tab out. Let me pull up the doc.
No, answer
here just so I can.
Oh, look at that bloom. Look how pretty the game looks, Doom. That's the art style you wanted, right?
While the water's cooking in the background, let's come here. Bring it in. Let's get some ambient water boiling. So, Mod Pointy has very kindly written up some details for me around combat. Normally combat, but mainly about magic and what he's been working on with the team on all things magic. So we're going to have a little bit of an update into magic with Mod Pointy's help talking me through a bunch of that. So we're going to be sharing that with you next week. Look forward to a blog post
big
and a
news
vlog,
next week,
this face. Coming next week with a deep dive into magic. We're also going to be talking about things that we're currently testing. Things like world options. Things like
what do you mean
can you make changes to your experience when you set up a world, and what does that look like? What does that feel like?
Okay, so he's not going to answer that today.
Exciting.
Find that out next week.
Actually,
that answers my question.
Some red berries on to dry while I do that. There are things coming along in terms of new buildable pieces, which I'm sure people will be excited about. I'm personally very excited for those as well. There are some boring for you but necessary engine upgrades coming along to bring us more in line with Unreal Engine's 5.4 systems. So that's a lot of work. We've got a bunch of people working on that. who are really, really diligently chipping away at that. That's something we have to do if we want to keep pace with Unreal Engine to make sure that we're all.
I think creative's on roadmap, right?
For us to eventually have cross-play and cross-platform
double check
connection, so you can, fingers crossed, eventually get ourselves into a position where we can be on consoles and then let you play with your friends on Steam, with your friends on whatever console we may eventually end up on. So
okay.
The work is going on that.
I think
Thank
it might
you to the team who are working on that right now. They're doing an amazing job. We're doing some adjustments to things around the Velgar gameplay events, whatever whatever you want to call them, the Velgar interactions. There's more work being done on those. There's some stability, which means bug fixes, usual shenanigans that you can expect from us at this point. So thank you to everyone who's been supporting us, throwing in bug reports over on the Discord. But we've also done a lot of work on the back end to set up a system that identifies player crashes. That's you. When you experience crashes, without you needing to go out of your way to report them to us, please do still report bugs to us through the Discord.
To be fair, they have already said they're fixing Bloom
from you. It means a lot to us when you let us know about those issues you're experiencing. But
true angriest. Put it on the list. Good to see you.
Have systems to detect crashes when you just can't get those details right. Hypnos has asked more weapon types, not immediately,
it's the thin beam,
but
right?
The team are cooking up some additional types, and I know that everyone talks about DSIMs and everyone wants their best in slot gear, and I know that many a person ended up catching a computer virus from trying to make their cursor look like a simmy, right? So
I've added it.
We hear you.
He's going to only be vague. Come on now. They don't even know what's next still or mithril. So, you know.
Other things that we're bringing in is we are allowing more
magic comes in 0.8.
I know there are a few particular abilities. I believe it's L or P that brings up a specific interface.
This is what I'm asking.
Yes, it's the spellbook and the journal that you can't rebind at the moment. No issue. Team are on it. We will be taking good care of that. So don't worry.
Most likely.
So we're on the... Oh! Yoink. Free swag. Don't mind if I do. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And I'll take that. So... the bag of noggin. The drip. Hold up. We gotta get the drip. Sailing when? Oh, we got a long way to go. We've got a lot more that we need to hit up before we do that. So... get back to me on that one. And there's going to be some more stuff that I don't want to spoil
in the eye there.
Involving a certain dragon that we all know and love. So yes, there'll be that as well. So let me equip the bag of noggin. Oh, I'm beautiful. Oh, there he is. So what I can tell you is there is more than one skill spell coming in with the launch of Magic. One of them that I get to show you a little sneak peek of right now is going to be coming in quite handy, because I know that I have been playing, as a Magic user, as someone who rests and relaxes at the back of combat when everyone else is running in and fighting and dying, by which I mean being super brave and like, you know, taking the lead, and I'm there for moral support. While that's happening, I'm generally chilling at the back. But if someone runs in and tries to get way too close to me, I don't really have any way to get away from them.
Who called this?
Until 0.8.
Who called this? Someone called that. Someone in... Oh, damn! Someone called it! Yo! That's sick! Who called that? It was literally a couple days ago.
We are getting
That's
an
fire!
Awesome skill spell that will be setting you up to make light work of anyone who's trying to get way too close to you. So you're going to be breaking ankles.
That's
and
fire!
Moving like an absolute beast. So look forward to that. That's only one of them. there is another, and that's going to have some changes as well as you progress through the level. So look forward to that. Work is still ongoing on dedicated servers, and we're also looking at what world options we can give you to customize your world.
Okay.
In its current state. I also know that we're hearing a lot of feedback around anti-griefing or building protection or whatever you say, however you want to word it. Just essentially being able to control more of how do I stop people from just running in and deleting all my stuff or whatever. Totally get it. Hear you loud and clear. The team are aware of it, and we're exploring some options. So we're looking at how we can...
Yeah, I got you, Kyle.
How we can implement that. Something like I don't know. There's a couple of different mechanics that we can look to introduce. So I'm still listening. Myself, Mod Exo, and the whole team are listening to what you were all talking about out there on the Discord and Reddit and on socials. All of your speculation is awesome. We love hearing you all talking about it. It's so cool to hear everyone talking about this game that we haven't been able to talk about before this. So that's really exciting. Let's whip up some runes. Why not? Ooh, wind step. Yoink. And let's get some of this as well.
Who's ever made a baked potato?
Upon full release without progress be wiped? No. Not to my knowledge. I would assume that we're trying to keep everything as much as humanly possible where you don't...
That's kind of obvious.
Don't lose that progress. That will
He's just answered that,
potentially change with how things
But if you want to ask a question, you've got to go to their
dedicated
Twitch.
servers work. It may well be that dedicated servers operate. I'm power leveling through that. Holy. It may well be that... that changes based on dedicated servers. Dedicated servers may well require you to have a specific save tied to just that world, which obviously that's a different conversation. I have not got enough. Cool. Okay. Right. Well, if only I had some sort of spell that allowed me to chop down multiple trees at once.
You don't know
has
what
the idea been entertained of reworking the systems here into the MMO? It would be... RuneScape is 25 years of content. It's an enormous amount to even consider undertaking, and it's not what we set out to make with this game. It's awesome seeing the amount of excitement that people have and how much of the excitement is around seeing iconic RuneScape stuff brought to life in a totally new way, in a totally new engine. Hear you 100%. We do still want to make sure that we're trying to make sure that the MMOs already exist. Your progress already exists. Those are deeply personal journeys that we want you to be able to enjoy. And this was never intended to be like a sleeper way for us to like sneak in making something like that, right? Like it's its own experience. It's the feeling of number go up and grinding skills and that feeling of achievement and seeing awesome stuff like, eventually it'll be mithril gear, the full helm, all stuff like that, right? Like, we'll get there. I feel like we shouldn't and wouldn't want to supersede or overtake the existing games because they're their own things, and we would never be able to recreate the level and quality and scale of the content that those games have in a time frame that would feel gratifying. It just wouldn't be feasible. So we're our own thing. We're our own humble sibling game that we're very proud of, and obviously loads of people really like. We've been so humbled by the response that everyone has had towards us, and it's just been hugely gratifying. And chat, are you seeing this? I'm big braining this. Are you kidding me? Oh, I fell. But you know what? That's fine.
Big braining, huh?
So, what more mischief has Mod Raven been creating in his laboratory? Honestly, shenanigans. There's a lot of shenanigans coming in. Right, that's enough of that. I'm cranking 90. I'm tweaking. Are you kidding me? I'm about to get a Vicroy. So there's lots of cool stuff. Big Spoon has requested a Steam achievement called Wrong Game for punching a tree. Honestly, don't hate that. I don't hate that. That's kind of lovely. Chat, write that down. That's good. Oh, there's Rock Explosion. All right, it's so over for Runescence. It's so over. So, to recap, we currently haven't made a decision on resetting XP for the unreleased.
Be dumb if they don't.
The unreleased skills, so magic.
Talk, brother!
For example. We haven't reached a decision yet. I would imagine that if you wanted to experience it from scratch, you could just make a new character. But our official stance is, as of yet, undecided. World wipes are not going to be a thing unless there's some sort of massive change to how systems operate in their entirety. We have tried our absolute best wherever possible to make sure that doesn't happen. So, there's that. ModExo has beaten me to the question of have we considered working with other community discords for voice channels? Yes, because in the official discord we don't have voice channels purely because from our experience on RuneScape and old school RuneScape, voice channels are a lot to moderate. We want people to play together, hang out and socialize, but it is also something we want to make sure is safe and moderated, and that's a lot. So no, not against that idea at all. I think we'll definitely have to discuss it in the future. So it's one that we'd love to talk about. Progress on farming, I actually don't know. I would need to check in on the team on how that's going and what that's looking like, but it will be in either at the same time.
I mean, we got some good information right now, right, Jeff? This is the most he's ever said.
Mithril.
But yeah, we all know he says a lot without giving an answer.
The next update is coming in the next month. Magic and all of the stuff I mentioned earlier, which I'll recite again. And I'm going to be going into all of the detail on that in a news post and a vlog later this week. My God. Next week. It's like 4:30 on a Friday. There is no way I'm doing anything after this. My word. Will there be skill capes volatile? Yes. Skill
capes confirmed.
There will be world options are being tested right now. So those are sort of, I don't want to say sliders, but options for adjusting.
That's just a bot protection angle, yes, but I get you.
Stability, refinements to flyovers for Velgar, and some stability and engine upgrades. There is talk of some fortifications, buildable barriers, and sort of structures there. So if I get to see a sneak peek of those, I will be sharing them in that blog next week. So look out for that.
Next week's a big one, chat.
And then we've got some back-end shenanigans for things like crash stability and a pass on rebinding your keybinds, because I know there are a few buttons that are, it's a known issue that a few buttons couldn't be rebound. We're on that. That's getting resolved. And then also some extra stuff where Velgar will be reducing Velgar up to be a bit more of a presence.
Okay, Velgar's getting
explosion
buffed.
Time.
Needed.
Farming comes with Mithril. Does that mean we're skipping steel? Nope. So
no, because they got smoked on the polls.
Absolutely happening. It was never off the table. I will say that. But I thought it would be helpful for myself, for the team, just a sanity check with everyone, saying, hey, how do we feel about this? So, will Velgar stop entirely when he's killed? That is something we're talking about with the team. So don't worry, that's not off the table either. I'm gonna fry a cabbage because why not? And then we're gonna do some of this. will the skill capes have the OS3 or RS3 look? I mean, they'll look like our own take on them, to be honest. We want parity, but also we do kind of want to make... Oh, I've closed the rune interface. How dare you? We want to make sure that we're also doing our own thing.
Nice.
Will there be a stamina skill in the future? I don't think so. Listen, my first 99 was agility, and everyone called me mad because they thought I was a glutton for punishment, and I kind of was, but it's purely because it's like, it's just running, isn't it? You know? Like, it's just, like...
Use your imagination!
I don't really know. So we've seen already in a lot of our interactions, I've just been abusing all of the stuff here. I've just been completely ransacking this whole place. I do apologise. Sweet Caztecx, I've just looted this place for everything it's got. I've run them for their phones. For creative mode, would we have access to all of the models available? I don't think so. I believe it would be more an alleviation of the stability system would be slightly tweaked, or maybe there would be a complete removal of resource costs for building structures, just so you can go completely crazy with it and build just an absolute metric ton of whatever you want. Just go completely nuts with it. So that's well within the realm of possibility. Fix the bloom. I mean, the team are looking at it because obviously we hear you. We're seeing and hearing you all over all of our different platforms and socials, and we're listening to your content creators, your favorite creators. We're listening to your favorite everyone and anyone. And it's a topic that's come up. I hear everything. And then we're looking at how to do it without, you know, this game's got a very gorgeous art style that the team love, and we're very proud of how we've developed our art style. So we want to preserve it. So there's work to be done there, for sure. But it's
doesn't change the art style,
and the art team are very happy. I know that someone else earlier on in the chat asked how big the development team was. We're a core team of around 30, which is obviously, that's everyone.
Codex.
That's audio, that's technical engineering, that's concept art, character art, environment art, level design, gameplay design, programmer, you name it. It's a lot of people. In varying disciplines, so I'm just gonna keep booming through all these levels. Welcome on in, Colin. Welcome on in, folks. How are we doing? Hope we're all doing well. I'm just resting. Let's top up our rest. Hunter is one that could absolutely work. Yeah. That's a great question. Rock has said, any plans for how big the final map is going to be? No.
Jesus,
having seen potential ways we could go, it's there's potential here. So we're just gonna bully this cow. Shouldn't normally do this. Cows are friends. But in this case, boop. So someone mentioned, will we see any plans to adjust hunger and thirst mechanics? Great question. One of the things that we're looking at experimenting with in the back end right now is options to adjust the world settings. So that could well be the rate at which your hunger and thirst degrade. It could well be any number of things. So lots of different options there. This chat is moving so fast. Even with slow mode, I'm trying to slow you all down, and Quilly has asked, updating the console. I hope you guys also update controls. Yes, 0.9, the update coming after 0.8, which is coming in the next month. The update after that is going to have controller adjustments factored in. It's one of the things that we're trying to do. What is after 0.9? 0.10. 0.10 is our current earmarked time that we would like to put into... I love how they get really grumpy when you get close to them. They get all defensive. What is after 0.10? The future is a mystery to us all. I don't know what 0.11 looks like, if it's 0.11 or if that's 1.0, whatever it might be. We're going to keep working on it. That is too far in the future for me to be worrying about right now. All I'm worried about right now is what you guys are talking about, what feedback you've got for us.
He was going somewhere with that, and then just goes...
So, dedicated servers are probably going to be around 1.0. But
what?
There are lots of ways we can give you options around server settings and world options and things like that that we're going to try and build around the rest of... Well,
ow!
Let's get some berries on the go. Are we looking into more roaming NPCs? Potentially, yes. Will there be a hard mode? I mean, it's an option. If we give you options to make things harder for yourself, then why not, right?
It's on the roadmap. This is what's he on about.
The realm of possibility that you can make it more difficult for yourself. What are your thoughts on how vaults are working right now? Do you see them as part of a repeatable endgame loop? The truth of it is that we don't really know where the end game of this goes. That's the beauty of it, is that we have this amazing foundation right here with lots of awesome potential.
But you want it done in a year?
So we can see where that takes us. So we can then go in all sorts of directions, which is really exciting. So lots of different options for how we explore and develop the game. And a lot of that is just how we develop it with players, which means I've got work to do. But no, this will not replace the news post. There's a news post coming out next week with some deep dives, a section from our lovely mod Pointy talking about magic and all sorts of other good stuff. Will we see any new recipes for cooking or herbal or any updates soon? I would imagine that the new region of Fell Hollow will include new pieces for you to get your hands on.
Well, we know we got a rough idea,
so,
Jones. I think he's being more specific.
Maybe.
Because we know the dragons, we know the queen. That's all been documented already, you know.
As well. Why not?
So it's like a rough. Got the rough plan.
Your home is cozy. It's a start. So we're getting there. I should really get out of here and go for a walk. I've been here for like 40 minutes. What am I doing?
Yeah, brother, you've done nothing.
Oof. I think we need to get a bit of wiggle on. So, what's the quest log saying? Speak to the wise old man in Brabblemead Village. I've been neglecting the old geezer.
It's got to be his first time playing.
Usable or craftable soon.
What did he say?
I actually don't know. I'm going to say no. Not soon. But in the future, absolutely. I'm going to defer to the experts in the design team to find a suitable use for water runes and what kind of shenanigans they could get up to. Slayer would be a great skill.
It would.
But I would like us to have a broader breadth of animals, monsters, NPCs.
I agree.
Mobs.
I agree. That's a much later skill.
Down. Little outpost. Build new base. Functional shelter. Great. Beautiful. The dragons happened. Speaking of voice acting, actually. Right. Let me go claim a bed. Will there be more customization options in future? Absolutely. When the team get a chance to dive into it, I'm really excited at what kind of options they could put in. I am still hoping that didn't work when I was over on the Runescape team, but I'm hoping that someone likes my hairstyle enough to put it into the game so that I can vainly indulge in actually looking like myself. But that would be... I do appreciate that that's quite vain of me to want. Let me grab this Tome of Rune Crafting. Yes! Level me up. I'm becoming powerful. There are some... I'm hoping there are some adjustments to building. So, look forward to more info on what we're adding in 0.8. There'll be a blog post coming out next week. So, you can look forward to that. Fishing is... it would be cool. We're already working on farming. Farming's one that's on the roadmap as something we'd like to have in the future, but it's scary, especially balancing things like sustenance, thirst, hunger, energy, endurance, whatever you want to call these mechanics, around the fact that every body of water could have fishing.
Thank you, Joda.
You could just yeet some fish out of the water. Vanthros has asked, would voice-acted quests and scenarios be in the pipeline? I personally would love that. But I also... Oh, my goodness, I need to drink. Speaking of which, I'll drink in real life as well. Stay hydrated, you. I would love to do voice-acted quests and dialogue. Mod Doom should voice act the wise old man. Now, I'm not saying... I've already done voice work. But... Banneker does sound awfully familiar. I worked with Mod Doom.
Banneker's a posh boy?
And... There was a bunch of dialogue, and we had an awesome time. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. We sat down in the studio, and I recorded a bunch of voice lines of Annika. And then we eventually decided...
Delete them.
That we were going to just go with the barks for now, because we want to make sure that we have a little bit more parity of just having them just go, for example. Rather than having them read every single word, because if we rewrite quests, if we redo things, we're going to have to get everyone back in and re-record it, and then maybe when we reach a point where we're like not feature complete, but we're content with, and it's, you know, we're like, it's locked, it's done, not changing anything, then maybe. Are weapons like the Staff of Light going to be more difficult to acquire and equip in the future? This is a conversation that we're actually having.
Jesus!
Happening.
Delete that transition now!
Game's cooked my brain.
I swear!
New skill. Winning. How dare you?
That's so loud.
Right, let's repair some stuff. Oh, I don't have any stuff. I'm okay.
You guys are lucky I put a limiter on the audio.
That's the problem.
That blew my eardrums out.
Alright, let's get this all fixed up. Let me scroll back up. Will there ever be other biomes? Yes. Yes, there will. The team are absolutely cooking. So, don't worry. Weapons are going to be more difficult to equip in the future. Yes, so this is a conversation that the team has been having that I've been loving to hear. There's been an ongoing conversation around, hey, what if we looked at rebalancing these sorts of things around maybe we have a conversation around tying specific weapons to specific levels. So you may need to be attack level 40
Interesting.
to wield a whip, for example.
Let's go.
I think the majority of people who have played this game know that RuneScape is a game of grinding to get rewards. But yeah, I'm seeing some yeses. So that is definitely on the table as well. I think it's something that it feels very RuneScapey, and I think that's, if there's one thing we're talking about as a team, is how do we make these survival elements feel RuneScapey? Look at this rat. Look at this guy. He thinks he's slick. Come here. Give me your fangs.
My next question is, any plans for a currency? It would be nice for servers.
Rare drops are a thing as well.
Rare drops.
And then we will. Yeah, there's lots of different things we can do in terms of how we create that feeling of, oh, I've put the time in, I grinded for this, so I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling better, I'm getting better stuff. Beyond just leveling up. Craft from storage space? No, not right now, but I hear you. Believe me, you are not the only one who's asked for this, so it is all good, sir. The quad log stack, indeed, Edimus. You already know. So yeah, rare drop tables, absolutely possible. Any plans for currency? Now, see, who are you selling to?
Read the rest of the thing.
Nobody on this continent. Who is buying? What?
Is he dumb?
I mean, you've got resources, right? People would make shop servers, indeed. Hey, you know what? That's emergent gameplay. That's what we call that in the industry.
Thank you very much.
Spit put the merchant. True. We could just have little goblin merchants. I don't think I still have it. I used to have, I don't know if the camera's going to pick these up. I have a bunch of post-it notes on my desk with little sketches on them. And one of my ideas was, oh my gosh, I found it right away. Holy.
He is horrible
Jack,
at this, Joshua.
No, it's immediately going to get cropped. It's a little goblin who's set up a shop in the inside of a giant skull. That's my dream. I want a little goblin shopkeeper. That's the dream. When are we getting next update? So 0.8, including some new shaboingery with lots of quality of life fixes and magic and some world options potentially. If QA are happy, will be coming in the next 4 weeks. So this time next month, you'll be getting hands on with it. Shaboingery confirmed, exactly. Opening all bags is something that I'm personally very keen for, from a accessibility perspective as much as anything. Sir, please do not shoot me. I am talking to chat. So crafting being called artisan is oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I did. So rude, goblins. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they said this time next month, which was originally the end of this month.
Agility skill, don't make people grind agility again. You know they won't do it. You know they won't.
Literally will.
What did I get? Horse animal fur. I'm over.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Potato. That'll fix me. Look at that. Cured. We did it. Will the path to 99 require 13 million XP? Great question. I'm over encumbered again. I didn't learn my lesson, of course. Sir, please don't.
Jesus, go on.
Any plans for faster foot travel? Not right now. If we're going to be doing anything, it's just the emphasis will be on things like lodestones to travel, and move around like that. So, oh, someone's pinging me. Who's pinging me? How dare you? So there we go. Sorry about that. My apologies. Goblin interrupted my question. I'm so sorry. Let me go back up. Where were you?
Can you host this next time? I'd be down.
XP. No. Oh my gosh, I've unequipped my weapon. I almost caught that deer lacking. Can you imagine if I'd got that? That would have been sick. 13 million XP. Probably not. Will levels go up?
This is the main developer, Mystic. This is the community manager. This is big boy. This is top dog of Dragonwild.
So, I'm gonna build another little. Okay, well that is.
Yeah, this is the big boy.
To go, was it? Let's build.
What are you?
That's a terrible spot, though, isn't it? Because it's gonna just no sunlight. Let's get up this hill. Let's get up this hill. Lock in. Artisan, not crafting was another question. Yeah, it's because it's an artisanal skill, but it comprises crafting, fire making, fletching. It's a bunch of different skills together. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna maybe build here. Look at this view, chat. Are you kidding me with this? Look at this.
Yeah, but then he also said currency. Why would you want a currency?
Oh, these guys aren't gonna like me building here.
I wouldn't get your hopes up, Mystic.
Too bad. There we go. Will we be getting skills that we haven't seen yet in RuneScape? Not right now, to my knowledge. I wouldn't be against the team having a bit more freedom to feel like they can explore
just build another house.
Push the envelope and add stuff that's new and exciting. But we want it to fit within the world of Dragonwilds. We want something that fits, it feels organic, and if we were to do something like that, then we're going to take you all on the journey with us. You'll all be part of the process of how we bring that to life, for sure. So rest assured, if we are doing that...
Brother, you need to make that a small window or my OCD is going to fight you.
Why am I building another house? Great question. It's because I have too much gear in my inventory.
Brother.
I've spent too much time...
I'm going to throw up.
Building stuff. So let's get a little...
You need to fix that.
And now we can build a roof.
No, that's not
we
right.
need more control over our world. Excellent news. We hear you. The team are looking at ways to give you more options for that right now. But I also hope that we can just... Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good, does it?
I don't like it. What's those windows?
There he goes. He's off to cause trouble. That boy, I tell you, he's up to something. That Velgar, I tell thee. And then bed.
Exactly, yep. Mystic. So...
more beds. Getting around. Mr. Worldwide. Velgar on a school run. So true.
This guy gets
That's a terrifying thought. Oh, there's just a bunch of goblins here. Okay, let's lock in. So, dedicated servers are still definitely on the agenda. They're still definitely something we really want to do. And we are loving how creative people have already been with, well, everything, to be honest. How much is a shield again? More than I have. That's suboptimal.
True on the cross.
I was really hoping I could just very quickly sneak away and grab that.
I will recap everything he said. I've been making notes.
My fault.
I'm not going to lie, in an hour and 20 minutes, I have about 9 notes.
But what if it only costs 12 to craft a shield? It does. I am a genius. I'm going to move you here and equip you.
He has answered a decent amount, but a lot of it has been non-answered.
It is my birthday. I'm lying. Was this game made from the ground up? It was. Yep. This team has been working on this for a couple of years now. Oh, get parried. Oh, it's so over for him, chat.
No worries, Omnicross.
How are you going to let me do that? Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's not good.
We have got some good stuff. Some of this has been good.
Will it be possible in the future to bind specific spells to keys? You know what? That's a great suggestion.
What?
To be able to hotkey specific
Give it to
spells.
us.
So I like that. That's, yeah. I mean, any suggestions like that, folks, please do remember.
How has no one
throw them in
suggested
the
that?
official Discord. You can use ! Discord in chat to throw suggestions in. Oh, there's no way I survived that. Incredible. That archer's going to ruin my day, isn't he? Oh, juked. Oh, he got me.
Oh my god, brother.
Bands wants to know when the first major update is coming. So, Fell Hollow is coming this year. But in terms of our next update, 0.8 is coming within the month.
Within the month?
Yep. Herd farming was coming. It'll be coming out when it's ready.
Oh yeah, give him credit, Joe.
I wish I could give you a timeline, but also the team are very adamant that we want it to be ready when it's ready. So, and that is, I think, the most important thing for us is to make sure that what we're putting out is ready when it's ready.
So far, he's given two answers.
We're proud of the work we've done, and we want to be really excited and ready for everything to be coming your way. Any news on holiday events? I want to say not this year. I think our priority right now, during all of early access, is to focus on working on the core game. The gameplay experience, quests, skills, bosses, all of that sort of thing. That's the priority for us. The windows aren't symmetrical. Thank you for pointing that out. I hate it.
Brother, don't pretend.
I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. That's the level of fastidiousness we should all aspire to.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Major update this year.
Thank you. Wait, do I have enough for a torch? Oh my gosh, I might. How much does it need? Oh, I can have 2. Yo. Oh, and one on the outside as well. Will there be a way to show your overall combat level to others? Not right now. I know that's a thing. But not for us.
All of that has actually been
stamina
answered.
Regen delay. I think I want new trousers then.
Fix that window.
Yeet. I've been seeing people talk about this. We really need a treetorial or some way to replant our trees, since there's no explanation.
Because the fire
deletes the tree.
The fire isn't
that
bad. It's the coloured light.
Great feedback though. That's not clear. If that's
regular fire is the way to go.
We can absolutely put that on our team's radar to say, hey, this is a piece of information that isn't apparent to our players, and so if we can do something to make that more, not obvious, but if we can make it easier for you to make that decision as an informed decision, then that's better. Any plans to rework the set bonuses? I mean, if we're going along with it and developing them as we go, because I know that someone earlier on looking, Rasmus said, was it intentional for Iron Gear to have the same set as Special Gear? For the moment, yes, but as we add more content and skills go up in levels, and there's more enemies and there's more threats and there's more different types of enemies and all these other areas and directions we can move in, we will absolutely be putting more diversity, more breadth and range into the kinds of stats and bonuses and things that they can confer. So, will the SGS be in the game? It's my favorite sword. It's my all-time favorite sword, says Tanman. Probably not, because the God Wars dungeon is in the Kingdom of Misthalin. But I don't want to say never.
Bad news for servers, Dylan. Good to see you, by the way. Bad news. Servers will not be coming until around 1.0.
Never say never. I know that
so we're about a year or two away.
Are aware of
bad news. Bad.
As as a concept. We've got some Ancient Magics fans, some Ancient Magics users. I need to find that clip of the.
Really wish there
You guys
wasn't
seen that
mods,
clip of the
as in
kid
in-game
being
mods,
like,
or JAGEX mods, because Doom's proven that as well.
yes, Ancient Magics. The kid who's like super excited that he got Ancient Magics. You know the one, right? Yes, Ancient Magics. That I want that to be me. One day, a man can dream. So, how are you planning to make the game replayable? I mean, there'll be.
Yeah, I agree,
we're
Matt.
looking at ways to let you create world options, customizations, that you cover a breadth and depth of. You can make the game really hardcore. You can make the game permadeath, maybe. Maybe you can make the game creative, right? Things like that.
By the way, I'm not noting down these ideas.
There's that. But then in
It's
terms
just
of long term, who knows? We want to keep talking
We're getting a lot of who
to
knows
players and having conversations around what kind of direction we can go with. As Tricori's just said, right? There could be a version of dedicated servers that essentially becomes like the wilderness, Shadow Darkscape. Never forget. But something like that, where you can have these kind of servers that maybe that's a direction we can go. All of this is still stuff that we want to have conversations around and explore with the community, and just see what works for you. Because I can absolutely see a world in which we do that. That becomes a direction we take. But I just want to make sure that we're doing it right. And then we're talking to players. It's the whole reason I am here. I'm on this project, and all of that is to just make sure that we're having a dialogue. We're talking. We're listening. And 0.8 is our first update that we're putting out. My eyes! Oh my god, that's so bright. But then beyond that, I want to make sure that we're listening and we're. Ow, sir, that's so hurtful. I'm trying to. Do you think I can parry his arrow? The answer is no.
It's bright, huh?
Darkscape was to extract big loot. We are not doing an extraction shooter. I'm not good enough at this game to be ready for an extraction shooter. I'm so sorry. Did everyone like that really epic parry I did? That was awesome. Yeah, my man just stanced up. That's crazy. They have a treasure chest though. Do I go over there and kill them and take their chest?
Yeah, but that's what they wanted. That's the art style.
Spec them for 73. New content update is coming. 0.8 will be coming in the next month. And then
he's
Felhalla
saying
will be
this
coming by the end of the year.
He's saying this in a certain way. He's like,
the year.
Mum?
By the end of the year. Someone's asked,
it's within 4
do
weeks.
RS items need an in-game explanation as to why they exist? I mean, would be nice. It'd be nice to have that justification to explain this, because the world of Gielinor is really important. People really care about this universe. They love it, and rightly so. It's, for a lot of people, RuneScape, Gielinor is home. So we want to make sure that we're doing those stories and those experiences justice. So it might not matter to you, but it'll matter to some people. Oh, I can't believe I just got duped like that. That's embarrassing. So,
to be honest, Jodo, they didn't even know a steel
is an excellent suggestion. Mod Exo has already beaten me to it. There is a suggestion channel in the Discord. Drop it in there. I ignored the VFX to tell me that was undodgeable. Ooh, I got chopped to pieces.
He's so ass!
Sorry, Dwarven, I've seen your question several times and I have not responded to it, so I do apologise. What will be included in farming? Plants and animals? I believe that we're looking at it as a plants section first, but I don't know. The sky's the limit, and these guys are super ambitious, so This team is incredibly talented and wants to do as much as they can with every update, so who knows. T2 bag of noggin when? Great point. The chickens are under the water. They're undetectable. Eek.
This is what happens when you let
Felgon
somebody
on
try and
apples.
talk and play at the same time
Felgon,
who
please.
isn't used to it.
Any plans for zones with NPCs? Any humanoids? Well, Fell Hollow will be launching with a bunch of quests. And of course, you'll need someone to give you those quests. So that will be a familiar face as well.
Screwed you.
So,
Protesting chickens.
I mean, it's not a surprise that in an area filled with the souls and an area that I'm going to say is particularly soul oriented, there'll be our good friend Death will be showing up.
We know Death's coming.
Will there be a
that's
price
all right,
change at full release? At full release, yes. I don't know if that constitutes 1.0. We will be having that conversation much closer to it. We will be having that conversation
Wow.
with players.
Games get
well
more
in
expensive,
advance.
chat.
Are there plans for things like cosmetic overrides? Not right now.
Oh,
No.
you filthy.
Finally, I got the chest, and it was some rune essence and a barrel. Was it worth dying for? Absolutely.
No cosmetic overrides.
Where do I think the game will be a year from
Is
now?
this
That's
even RuneScape?
entirely up to this community, unfortunately. It's not up to me. It's up to
Unfortunately.
the
Thank
amazing
God it's not
community.
up to you.
So there'll be lots of different ways we can go, and I'm excited for us to see where it's headed.
Hey, Stephanie, I will
To be
recap
honest,
everything. I've been
if I'm
making
being
notes.
totally honest, I feel like there's never been a better time to be a RuneScape fan. Whether you're playing RuneScape, old school RuneScape,
True.
or RuneScape Dragonwilds, it's
Just a code for it.
all coming together. If you are buying the game in early access, you do not need to rebuy it when it full releases. The price, I expect, will change, but if you already buy it, you already got it. Did early access meet or surpass expectations? We were absolutely floored by our expectations. Not that we had low expectations, because I knew that this game was a banger.
Okay, what other questions, chat? I think all mine's been answered.
But we had that confidence
We got
that this
one
was
more.
going to be awesome. But look at that grumpy face, my God. We're just excited at the different ways this can go, the different places that this is going to grow into, and the kind of content that people can make, and just the kind of stories we can tell, the kind of experiences you can have. Hi has asked, can I get some Dragonwilds drip? I am speaking to Mod Mermaid and a couple of the team around how do we make merch. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but I just know that it takes a very, very long time to get swag made. So I'm like, all right, I gotta have this conversation now. I've got to start talking to grown-ups about this now before... Oh, fangs? Hello? Animal bones? Can I make a dagger or something? I'm going to allow that. Chat filter was like, he's not allowed to say the word sack, right? And I'm like, technically no. But...
What?
All right, I'm allowing that, but I feel like that's the line. You know what? Let's craft a staff. Why not? I've already got one piece of magic gear on. Sackman the magician. Sac magique. So perish. Oh, what's up? You thought you were slick with the bow and arrow, huh? You really thought you were him. You thought you were Himothy. Look at this. What now? What now? Any plans for zones like castles or cities? Perhaps. This is a long-lost continent. There may well be bastions, giant castles, ruined cities, who knows? But in terms of iconic cities, they're already on the mainland. This takes place in the same Gielinor that you already know. So
Okay.
Varrock and Falador, maybe not. I would assume not. But the future is a mystery to us all. Hey, you okay in here? Worm elbow? What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy plotting the escape? All right, well, my fault. My fault, pimp. Enjoy the cage. I'll see you later. My bad. I adore these capes. Capes. Boop. The apes, flags. I can't talk.
Brother,
these banners that you see outside the castle are absolute incredible pieces. And shh, don't tell anyone. I have one in my home office. Keep that secret. Well, let's keep that a secret between us, all right? So lots of haha, I'm writing on this paper thing like a human. I am funny. Other goblins laugh. This place is place for adventurers and heroes. Big shiny armor and swords that aren't as rusted as they should be. Silly humans used to come here and pat each other on the back for not being eaten by a monster today. Then they would be sad when eaten by a monster tomorrow. They all stupid. Best way to not be eaten by a monster is not to be near a monster's mouth. I'm writing that down. Chat. Noted. Noted.
Both have been confirmed, Jason.
See, Goblin's smart. Human's stupid.
I have on my notes, but I'll add
too.
the wall displays as well.
What's the point of words on page when words can be said out loud? Humans say pen mightier than a sword, but I don't think it would parry mine very well. Maybe it's magic. I should test. I will ask Mucktooth to fight me with it.
Shield
I bet
displays.
he died. He died. Pen is rubbish. Sword much better. True. Many people are saying this. Would we ever entertain the idea of community builders designing new zone assets? I feel like if we're going to have community created assets, it's going to be in the form of a sort of mod scene, which isn't to say that we wouldn't put a spotlight on it.
Leave it to the professionals.
To say that we don't want to draw attention to that kind of creativity and encourage and support it, but you know, UGC is a great way to keep this sort of experience running. Our official stance on modding is still in ongoing discussion with our legal team. I don't want to be like, yes, 100%, because I want to consult with grown-ups first.
You just tried to pick up that campfire.
Because as soon as they're like, it's a legal thing, I get scared, and I'm like, ugh. So
I was playing the wrong game.
Don't make me make concrete statements on stuff like that. We aren't grown-ups. We're talking about RuneScape. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. So, any chance of having NPCs that could populate our settlements? Probably not. The last people who tried to come over to this continent got eaten by dragons.
This guy runs this game. This is his game.
I'm not going to bet on it, if I'm being totally honest. Right. Looted this place, got the chest. I'm feeling pretty good. I want to populate a settlement with Zanuck. Hey, yo. Pride, what are we doing? Why are you saying that? I'm calling you out on that.
Jesus, koala. Yeah, this is the big boy of this game.
I think the tooltips for items are lacking more detailed info. There is an ongoing conversation for 0.9, which is the update coming, not next month, but the one coming, the update after that one. It will be, one of the things that we're looking at is a rejig of the journal system, which means more insights, more dynamic stuff. Could also mean laying the foundations for some sort of collection.
I got a question to ask. Need to find out what's
thinking out loud. Nothing concrete. Just thinking out loud. Could also mean as a mark all as red button. True. Clue scrolls? None of that. None of that. I'm not falling for that again.
No clue scrolls.
You come back here. So, ranged is coming in the next update, 0.9, but 0.8, I'm going to run you through it one more time because I realise we're coming up on time, so I want to unlock Goblin Swing Slash. Show me.
If I'll answer this.
Weapons. Not now, Velgar, please. I think we can make that. Can I make that? I need bones. Bones! Wait, have I been storing bones already? Am I... No, dingus. Okay, I gotta go find more bones. Anyway, let me... Before I get distracted again... Was I always this easily distracted? Be honest with me, chat. Has this always been who I was as a person? I'm so sorry. Chamu has asked, are there any plans for 100-player worlds? Not at this stage. We're trying to focus on the core experience for now, but we'll try and increase stability for things. Yes, everyone did indeed see that video of lots of players playing on a server, and that did spark a lot of conversation within the team. So, is it not Chamu? Is it Chamo? Chamu, because it's moo like a cow. I don't know. What do you want from me? My fault.
Answer the question.
I need ash logs now? Bruh, this guy can't be serious. Give me that. Give me that. Alpha version of Chin Chompers was in fact legendary. Hello? Oh, I need tannery. I'm stupid. Ignore me. Right, you there. In you go. So no 10k player worlds. Not yet. When a party hat's getting put in? Not now. Maybe in the future, but party hats are sacred. They're a sacred thing. Are you, what are you, crazy?
Not for the OSRS bots.
Do you think you give us estimated dates on updates? I'm going to say, let's say first week of June for 0.8, which includes the magic skill tree. We're looking at difficulty settings or world sliders. We're looking at 5.4 engine upgrades. We're looking at some buildable defenses like fences. We're looking at a polishing pass on the Velgar flyovers. We're looking at some refinements to Velgar in general. Lots of bug fixes, crash identification on the back end to help us hunt down more crashes even if you aren't reporting them. And keyboard rebinding are all on the list of things we would like to address with the 0.8 update. I will be covering these in more detail in a news post next week, so stay tuned. And then there'll be a video and a news post. But one of the things that's going to be included in that is, of course, this.
Okay, you did show that earlier, but that's sick.
That Magic is getting, and as always, this is early access. This is just the start.
That is sick.
This is just the beginning, right? We are just getting started. So this is the very start of
Let's make combat even easier. Yeah!
Our beloved community. I am so excited to see where we can go with this. I'm so excited to take you on this journey with us. I am so lucky to be part of this insanely talented team doing all of this awesome stuff.
He's calling it.
It feels so good.
He's calling
it. I am so excited for you all to get
What's a Gyra Falcon?
And for us to keep building this together with you. As I obliterate some chickens, excuse me. So this is the first update coming. If I had to give you an estimate, first week of June, then we're going to take a few months. We're going to work on the next update. We're going to keep tinkering away, showing people what we're working on, from concept art to grey boxed stuff. And then we're going to show you how it's coming along. And then every quarter, we're going to be delivering those updates to get you all the content that we're trying to make you as quickly as humanly possible. And just bring you along for the journey, make you feel like you're part of the adventure, because you are part of the adventure, and we're very excited. So I'm looking forward to it. Polls? Probably not. I think what we'd like to do is just do Q&As, showing stuff early, showing our working, showing our thinking, and then taking on that feedback early on.
I did say a year,
and we work with the team, and then it's all good.
Twitch drops. No one cares about Twitch.
Lots to get hands on with, lots to work on, but it's all exciting. It's all fun stuff. It's the best part of this whole process is that we get to make this with you.
What?
So,
will you release the next roadmap as soon as possible, right after the June update?
I need to fix the bloom. I mean,
brother things all that's coming in June.
Do not let me fix it, because I will end up somehow accidentally deleting the game because I don't know anything about coding in Unreal. But the art team have been taking on lots of feedback. Thank you to people who've been submitting screenshots in the Discord and raising feedback with us. We're taking a look at how we can give you some options to tweak that with some options and some settings. Will we lose our current progress when the game fully releases? I would imagine we're trying our absolute hardest to make sure that your save files are consistent and carry over the whole way. But there will be moments where if there are things that need to be changed, we will be sharing updates with you early. We'll put announcements out on socials, in our channels, and also in the main menu. There's that little notification in the bottom left corner, so please do make sure you're checking out that as well. As a way for us to keep you updated. No rest for the wicked. That means you. Unfortunately, that does mean me. So,
all in it. Stop with the transitions!
Get us back to the main menu.
Good lord, that scares the life out of me.
There we are. I can quit out now. So the noob with his bag of noggin can relax for a bit, and then it's just me and you, chat. Hello. There we go. So, what are we going to do with player spawning items in? At the moment, if you want to keep your world secure and safe, make sure you're password protecting them. Take extra care and vibe. But we are also working on additional countermeasures and the way that we can protect servers when we get that dedicated server set up. We'll be vibing. I found out the hard way about password protecting. Absolutely, don't worry. Many people have, so we are well aware. Soundtrack release. The audio team are cooking. I want them to have a full roster of tracks that they're completely happy with, that have been mastered, that Mod Debris has given the blessing before we start putting anything like that on any platform. So hopefully we'll have a full soundtrack for you to listen to and enjoy in the future. If there's one skill you would love to have in Dragonwilds, what would it be? Fishing. 1,000,000% it's fishing. You already know. That's the one. So fishing is vibes. Every game that's got good fishing is a one for me. So I know that Mod Dutch has already heard me many times be like, so when are we getting and he's like, shut enough. We need to work on other stuff first. But if with the vibes that this game has, can't wait. I can get rid of this. You know who I am. I can flash the badge so you know I work here. Yeah, remaking classic tracks is an amazing step. Mod Debris and the audio team have done such a fantastic job with that. Zaltak patch, don't worry, Pride Slayer, I already know that you've been talking about any time the words black stone have been mentioned, you're just like activated. Colin says, just watched a movie about Dragonwilds fishing. What a cast it had. He's back. He's back. Colin's back in a big way. We love to see it. Will Dragonwilds be welcoming KBD? There will be more dragons coming. I can tell you in no uncertain terms, dragons, plural, are coming. In the future, there's going to be so many more dragons coming. KBD, probably not, because it's sacrosanct.
So many.
But there will be dragons. There'll be dragons. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for us to show you where we're going. Mac support, we're working on the core game at the moment. I don't know if we're working on
your name's like invisible in the chat. That dark green, I can't see it.
In our early access period, but we'll be building in to trying to get this on as many platforms as humanly possible as far as we can. GeForce Now is one that I'm going to need to talk to our engineers about, because that's a lot of work. And I'm not technically knowledgeable enough to answer that right now, but it's not a no. So, baby dragon pets is another great question that I personally would love that. I don't know if our art team would love me being like, okay, tiny dragons, lots of them, please. Any locations in the next update? No, the next location expansion is going to be coming in 0.10, which is the Fell Hollow update, which you can look forward to, that we are working on diligently. I'm going to be showing you as much of that as I can as soon as it's ready to show that. So stay tuned. Steel and Mithril in Fell Hollow 2 bagger, indeed. Lots of people saying Barrows, which is great because it's the 20th anniversary of the Barrow Brothers being added today. Can you believe that? 20 years? Wild. Happy 20th birthday to the Barrows. Happy Barrows Day to all those. Thank you, Taffin. Indeed. Happy Barrows Day.
I can hear someone talking.
Happy Verak Day to Meteor. I know they're out there. Happy Barrows, everyone. No Barrows, but maybe in the future. I know that there's been an appetite from people like the art team mods to say, hey, maybe there can be some eerily familiar looking gear that you can wear in the future, perhaps. And same as you, Defiant, maybe ancient magics might come in the future. There's just awesome stuff like that we can...
Getting a lot of mics here.
That we can enjoy.
No, that's not my mic, that's his mic.
Yes, Cheesecake, indeed. And a golden tier 2 bag of noggin does sound awesome, Liquid Tea. Indeed, it does. I think there's a lot of awesome stuff that we could do with throwing a lot of resources into something just to flex. Because that's when you see an Inferno cape, you're like, I know what that is. So awesome stuff.
Yeah, so give us them.
Can Gertrude's cat come to Dragonwilds? No, but one small favor can. We can set that up. No worries. I'm hearing you. I'm going to speak to Mod Raven right after this, and we're going to start working on one small favor, and you're all going to have to do it before you get anywhere else.
100%.
Also, take a look at. Can I? Let's see if I can do this.
I swear to God, I'll delete the game. We do it.
Put it. I've got the roadmap in here somewhere.
Oh.
I've got it tucked away. No.
Brother, let's Google it.
There we go. It's massive. Ridiculous. Whoop. Let's get that there. So, the roadmap is the same. It hasn't changed at all. And I can, in fact, I think I can just move myself. I'm just going to point and we're just going to move stuff.
Oh, brother, layers, brother.
I like how this was going so well. It's now gone off the
There you go.
The rails. So Lesser Dragons will be coming with Fell Hollow. If it all goes to plan. There's going to be more gear coming in as well, of course. Then more masterwork weapons. The changes that are going to be made to potentially requiring level unlocks as well. Who knows? The future is a mystery to us all. More homesteading, definitely happening. I'm excited to see what's coming in 0.8 and beyond. Hardcore and creative modes are ongoing conversations. We're looking at what kind of things we would want you to have. New critters and animals.
It's just reading the roadmap.
New vaults, definitely.
Yeah.
There will be
just use our roadmap
the Fell Hollow update. You can look forward to more creatures to battle with and new vaults to explore in Fell Hollow over here. Whee! I'm just flying around now. So this will be coming within the year. And then that'll also include new crafting tiers and skill caps. So to start us off, we've got Magic coming into early access in the next month. So
my God!
One more time, I'm gonna reiterate. That's the Magic skill tree, including skill spells plural, including the one that you got a sneak peek of today. Then got some world options coming in, changes to make the world gameplay experience different. There's rumors of some base fortifications kicking around. We've got some stability fixes, some engine upgrades, some changes to Velgar flyovers, crash identification, keyboard rebindings, and some more Velgar incursions as well. And of course, that's what we've got so far. I will be showing you more behind the scenes stuff, more concept art, more work that's
next week's a big one,
shaping Fell Hollow and everything between us and there. So I'll be taking you along the journey. So please look out for, we've got a news post and a video coming out next week. Then that's going to set up a bit of a cadence of every month or 6 weeks or so. I'm going to try and put together a video and a newsletter to show you where we're going. So we're aiming for monthly updates with patches, adjustments, tweaks, maybe even some small content in them, and then quarterly updates that we're going to try and put out as well. So look forward to both of those. I will be posting this live stream VOD. If I can, I will make sure that's published after this. And I will try and get that post out to Caztecx by Thursday. So no later than Thursday. So look forward to
name shouting
next week. Alrighty. Blimey.
Let's go.
90 minutes. So all that's left for me to say is have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you in the next stream. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's been coming and hanging out. I wonder if we can end the stream there. We will be having more news. What's the half of 99? It's 92. Wes, thank you for asking. We'll be sharing more in that news post next week, so I look forward to that. The VOD will be open. And go on then, one more time as a treat.
No.
We'll
do the transition.
We'll see it one more time.
It is sick.
Oh, that's cool. Anyway, look forward to that. And until next time, have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you in the next Runescape Dragonwilds stream. Until then, be good.
All right,
we'll see you in
recap.
Ashenfall. Bye.
With that damn transition. I hate it. I hate it. It's so loud. All right, let's do a recap. Oh, right. He did give me a shout out. Let's go. Okay. So here is the recap. Now, not gonna lie, we didn't get a lot. We weren't expecting a lot, right? We just can't. It's a Q&A. We're not going to get groundbreaking information. We've already got the roadmap, and we weren't going to get dates for a lot of stuff, but this is what everything we went. So, and I will make a video on this as well. So 0.8 is the next update. I believe we might have a stability update in between that. I believe there is talks of that right now. But as of right now, 0.8 is the next content update, which is going to bring in some of this stuff I'll go through now. The time for the update, we're being a little bit juggled with information here. So they're saying it's coming this time next month, right? This time next month. They also said within the month, and then they also said within the first week of June. We got 3 different. So, within the next 4 weeks. That is the only thing we can go off of right now. 0.8 is going to come with magic skill tree and abilities, multiple. World options, don't know what that means. Base fortifications are a possibility, but no confirmation yet. Stability, keyboard rebinding, some polishing for Velgar, including like how he's flying over, that kind of thing. And that's going to be kind of it. So it's mainly going to be the magic skill tree. No talk of range yet. So I'd imagine range, we're probably looking at 0.9. But yeah. So, yeah, so the new magic skills allowing mobility, as you've seen there, that dash type ability, which someone in this community called. I don't know who it was, but they called it. There is going to be no wipe on the 1.0 launch, which is expected. They don't really wipe early accesses. But yeah, no wipe on the 1.0 launch. Magic and range levels haven't been decided to reset. Like, if it hasn't been decided if they're going to be reset, they actually said we can just start fresh. Not going to lie, that's an L. Everybody should be reset. Everybody starts fresh. Everybody learns everything together. Right now, there is a possibility that everybody who's already gone and hit level 50 will just remain level 50, potentially even higher once the skill gap is lifted. Okay? Skill capes have been confirmed. Huge W. Skill capes are coming. They're going to have their own unique art style. It's not going to be like old school RuneScape or like RS3. It's going to be a Dragonwilds kind of their own thing. Velgar is getting buffed. He needs it. He's a bot. And they're also discussing Velgar vanishing after defeat. So, you know, once we kill him in the primary quest and then he's still flying over, they are discussing removing him completely. 0.9 features a controller revamp. So if you play with controller, I believe there's some things that are not great right now. 0.9 will be a complete controller revamp. Biggest L, in my opinion, right here of today's stream was that dedicated servers will not be released until around 1.0. That's tough. That's real tough. So yeah, we're potentially about a year out from you know, a year to two years away from dedicated servers, which is a big shame, and it does mean I'm officially building. I'm building up my world. I'll start fresh when servers come out. I was going to wait because I was going to be starting fresh with servers anyway. Now, sorry, that was my bad. Now, there's no point. No point. May as well forget servers for a while. Any plans, any Slayer plans that they currently have, Slayer, of course, being one of the most iconic skills of in RuneScape, any Slayer plans that they have, they're not doing anything until we have way more mobs, which I agree. I agree with that. I think that's a good decision. Another huge one, equipment levels may be added. So that means that whip you have right now, unless you're 40 attack or whatever it may be, you can't wield it. Huge. Very big. Very big. Rare drops are coming. Don't know what that means. Don't know if that's boss drops, mob drops. We don't know. Just rare drops are being worked on. No plans for mounts right now. To be fair, we had this conversation in the Discord the other day. Mounts with unlimited lodestones don't mix well. It's too OP. So their plans are right now, no mounts, just the lodestone system. Which makes sense, realistically. What's the point of having mounts if we can teleport? No holiday events for this year. Potentially never, but there's none of them right now. Armor reworks are coming. So for example, how Paladin has the same stats as Iron. That will change. Also, things like you know, resistance to certain things will be implemented to armor as they are added into the game. So right now we're looking at a base level statistics for those stats. For those armors, sorry. Farming will include plants with potential animals coming after. Not bad. Not bad. Full release price, the changes is incoming. Do they have community polls anywhere? They are not doing polls. They're just going to run from suggestion, according to that. They're doing polls to help with suggestions. Like the steel or mithril next. They're going to do that, but not necessarily like, oh, you know, which skill should we add? Here's 4 skills. Not like how they do it for old school RuneScape in RS3. And they're not doing that. They're just going to run from suggestions, and I assume occasional community polls to help finalize certain things. No mounts, but if you look at animation while loading in at a lodestone, it is a mounted style animation. For sure, yeah. But currently, no plans for mount. Yeah, so full release, the price will change. It is going to become more expensive, or at least that is the way it is heading. The game will get more expensive on the full release. Which is usually expected. You pay for early access, you get it for cheaper, the game then goes up to full price. You know. No cosmetic override plans of yet. This one surprised me. Cosmetic overrides are massive in RuneScape, and I feel like this game could be very nice for it, especially with servers. They have no plans for it as of yet. Capes will go onto mannequins and to cape displays as well. And they also want to add shield displays. Standard. 0.9 is coming with journal changes, more information, things like that. No tidying it all up. No clue scrolls. No talks of clue scrolls yet. Party hats are a potential. More dragons coming, which we know. It's the premise of the game. But in their words, so many more. I mean, there will be no new locations until 0.10. So we're stuck with the same map for quite some. Going to be a few months. You know. Do you think Mod Doom should speak again? I think Mod Doom should let me interview him. Can we get Mod Matt K with a script to read? Bring bro back. Did I miss part about building straight from chest? Yeah, there's no plans currently to build from chests. And you can already block mob spawns by just putting a full build down. So if you put foundations, walls, put foundations and walls, and there's no gaps in any of it, no mobs will spawn in there. That's already on the game. But without a build, there's no option for that right now. Or there's no plan for that. But no plan to build straight from chests. You know, annoying, but... Did he talk about a new boss? Yeah, there's not going to be anything until Fell Hallow. Which is looking at end of year. So we're probably 6 months away from any new bosses, anything like that. So the Fell Hallow update will come with the Lesser Dragons, new gear. Pretty much everything on that roadmap is the Fell Hallow update. The next big update, or the next update will be 0.8, and that's magic skill trees and abilities, world options, base fortification, stability, keyboard rebinding, Valgar polishing, and then next week, we're going to be getting some big news. Next week is the big one. See you in a month. No worries. Next week is the big one. We're going to be getting a video. We're going to be getting some information. We're going to be getting an article. I will be live for it. I'll be breaking it down. Trust me. We also got a shout out as well. So W. So their plans are monthly updates, which will be smaller. It'll be bug fixes, patches, with potential small bits of content, you know, dropped in. Nothing crazy though. And then quarterly updates for big content. He did say my name, yeah. What up, Kyle? I mean, you missed the whole Q&A, so I don't know where you left. But yeah, so that's that. I tell you what, it was better than I was expecting it to be. Sure, he took a long ass time to progress. Did he say pimp cat? He also isn't the best at multitasking, but he's not a live streamer. And it can be tricky. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. It can be tricky to talk and play the game at the same time. Especially to follow talking points where you have to be careful of what you're saying. So I do have to give him a little bit of credit there. He's still got a lot of information out. I was not really expecting anything. He is awful at the game, but that can happen when you're not focusing primarily on gameplay or trying to talk at the same time. But not once did he pop a combo. Not once did he pop a perfect block. Or maybe once. Like, it was tough. It was tough. But yeah. So I'm going to be making a video breaking all of this down. Time we at? Yeah. So that's kind of it. It went on for longer than what I was expecting. We got 2 hours. So not bad, I suppose. See you guys when new content drops. Talk about how he was dog water at the game. It was a bit rough, I'll be honest with you. Was Bloom addressed at least? Well, Bloom has already been addressed. Remember, we have already had the two posts put out. They did say that the Bloom was being looked at. The developers... This is where I get a bit annoyed with it, when he says that changing the Bloom will change the art style. I disagree. I do not think changing Bloom will affect the art style whatsoever. But yeah, that's coming soon. I think that could be a potential in 0.9. One thing he did actually say, oh sorry, 0.8. One thing he did actually say was that they're looking at ways that we can adjust the Bloom ourselves. Just lower it. There's not a single person who on this earth, other than Mod Doom, that goes, Bloom's great. Lower it. But it looks like we're just getting more video settings, which I'm actually down for. Take it out of their hands. Is Dragonwilds as good as Craftopia? They're entirely different games. It's kind of hard to compare the two. You know, Craftopia is more sandbox building, automation, that kind of thing. Dragonwilds is more combat, so a bit more hardcore kind of thing, less sandboxy, less building, you know. So it depends on what is as good as each other. Is combat is pretty on par. The combat in Dragonwilds is great, but I like the combat in Craftopia as well. But it's more sandboxy, it's more fast paced, you know, that kind of. Building, Dragonwilds doesn't even come close to being as good as Craftopia in building. It's very nice for building. It's better to do the building, but with less variety, no automations, things like that. I saw Viking Craft Survival, might start that till we get some real content. Fair play, fair play. So yeah, I mean, there's not... No, honestly, it's not that bad. We were expecting to get no information. We were expecting to get no information, so... Yeah, I've seen it. Isn't that like one of the biggest games in the world right now? Not my kind of thing. Yeah, you know. Adding more automation Dragonwild would be awesome. We have the lumber crate already. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. I as soon as I found out that you can do that, ride my worm koala. I'm sorry. As soon as I found out you could do that, I actually got quite excited that we might have a possibility of automation. One thing I did find out is apparently mannequins are the worst thing processed within the game, right? If you put a mannequin down, it requires more processing power than anything else. So apparently people are going into other people's worlds, spamming down mannequins and crashing their computers. What up, Ashley? You missed the Q&A. I do have all of the talking points here. I am going to be making a video. I am going to be making a video covering it all. I'll get that out short. Yeah, apparently it's crashing their entire computer and not just the game. Like, it's making their computer just go jet plane mode and shut down. Pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Look, if you're opening the world up for people right now, you gotta be prepared that people will find a way to screw you over. Yeah, they're just destroying their computers. Yeah, apparently just going in and dropping like as many mannequins as it takes until the world goes down, and chances are that's like fried someone's computer. Or at least just made it like blue screen or something. So stop letting people in your worlds. You're asking for it. It's funny that. But yeah. I think I'm gonna rename this. Oh. I'm not gonna make this number 19. I'm gonna do that for my gameplay. I hope they find a way to lower the temps over the weekend. I probably could have fried an egg on my PC. Yeah, some stability and optimization is really needed. I did the bug with water and it crashed the game, and the guy has never been back online. What bug with the water? What are you guys up to? I am gaming today, but I want to split this into 2 streams so people can come back to this stream to refer to it. I also may just whip this up into a very quick video and get that put out. What time are we at? We're at 6, so give me like a couple of hours and I'll be back live. No, yeah, sure, and he was talking about June Awakening. Not gonna lie, I don't get the hype behind this expedition game. I've tried to look. I've tried to watch. It's just, you know. If people are kind of like, oh, people are basically saying like, oh, even if you don't like turn-based combat, you'll like this game. No. I feel like you need to like turn-based combat to enjoy that game. I couldn't even watch it because of the turn-based combat. But it's not made for me. It's made for people who like turn-based combat. So I'm not on about June. I'm on about Expedition. Best way I can describe it, guys, it's a nostalgia hit for turn-based enthusiast revamp to modern-day mechanics. Yeah, but we've got that, right? There's tons of games like that. I just don't get the hype. Like, people are saying it's Game of the Year worthy. And what I've seen, it just doesn't hit for that. But it's, you know, it's not, it's, maybe I'm uncultured, so, you know. Seems cool, but I hate these Elden Ring looking bosses. I don't know. You know, it's just not my style. I think Elden Ring bosses are like ugly as hell, and this has the same. That has the same looking bosses. The one that Boom Baby sent me, like this thing. Look, I could not tell you the difference between this and Elden Ring. Yeah, but, you know, I'm glad people are enjoying it. You know, I'm glad. Hope you have fun with it. If it wins Game of the Year, I'll be fuming, just like I was with if Elden Ring won. Yeah. All right, chat. So I'm gonna hop off. If you could like the stream, I would really appreciate it. We're pretty damn low on likes right now. I'd like a little boost if you could help your boy out. And then I'll be back live, and we will be playing some RuneScape. Offer and sort yourself out. Thank you. We will be back on some RuneScape Dragonwilds within a couple of hours. I'm just gonna have a quick little break. Whip up this information for people who can't be bothered watching an entire live stream, and then I will be back. So I'll catch you guys real soon, all right? Yeah, it shouldn't take me much longer than that. I reckon I can get it done in that time. It's only a recap, so yeah. All right, chat. Thank you very much for coming by. I do appreciate it. I'll be back soon, all right? Peace out, everybody. Goodbye. See ya. Bye now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.